No one can make an intelligent decision without being properly informed. This is why this world wants to control the media. This is why media hype can take you up, take you down. So you don't know anymore who's really good, because the media can make a wicked man look good and make a good man look evil. That is why until the dawn, I can't quit. I'm like Saddam, keeping my eye on Clinton, watching each movie he makes. Cause every slither he takes sort of reminds.
Where people are looking for solutions to solve problems that cause each other and all of us to hate each other. You know, people just wake up with hate in their heart. You can't live long if you got hate in your heart like that. You know, because it messes with your vital organs. You have to give that stuff up, man. And so people are looking for solutions to solve problems. So we have the solution. The teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he gave us a solution to every problem that we have. Root knowledge. Go to the root of the problem and find out why. How come you wake up with hate in your heart every day? You know, I used to be one of them people, but I had to get rid of that.
Not me.
Well, you have to. You know, even though what was done to the black man and woman in America, the Native American in America, the Mexican family, you know, we have to go and question God. Why did he allow it to happen? You know, he allowed it for a reason. So if we got hate in our heart, then, you know, do we hate God? That's deep. So, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. I kind of start different.
Go ahead, son.
So, you know, we have two powerful newspapers that came out back to back, week to week. Behold, I will send you Elijah, and, you know, Atonement, and the Great War. Now, last week, Brother Ismail delivered a powerful message. He's delivering part 2 today. And, you know, it's about atonement. And atonement is not a one-day thing. Atonement is, you know, until we become in perfect union with Allah, God, our Creator. You know, so, but the minister gave us 8 steps. They totally wiped out what we did October 16th, 1995. How many remember?
I do.
Million Man March.
Yes, sir.
Never was done on the planet anywhere, but it was done right here in America.
Right.
The people don't even remember it. It wasn't a march for jobs and justice.
Come on.
It was a march for atonement, reconciliation, and responsibility.
Yes.
That's right.
So the minister called black youth, because during that time, all you heard on television was Crips and Bloods, Gangster Pyrus, GDs. You know, you heard about the gangs, young brothers in gangs killing each other like 90 going west. So the minister saw a plot that America was planning on black youth, a war. So he called he started a men's only movement, and he called black men to come to Washington, D.C. and atone for their sins. Atone for killing that woman's son.
Yes.
You know, that's complete hatred.
Come on.
To take a life that you didn't give and that you can't give back.
Right.
That's total hatred. So the minister called us, and he presented us with 8 steps of atonement. The very first step is the hardest step ever.
Go ahead.
Point out the wrong.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be wrong.
That's right.
You know, the minute you tell somebody they wrong, their whole countenance changes.
Right.
Right.
And they have to look at themselves and see what you're saying, is it true?
Mm.
Then you have to confess your fault for being wrong. It's hard to do in a world like this. This is a satanic world.
Yes, sir.
Everything that God said don't do, they say go ahead and do it in moderation. They're not even saying moderation now, just, they saying, go for it. So, and remember now, we have to raise children in a society like this. You have to put them, you can't just totally deny them to watch television, but you gotta watch what they watch on television, because they're sending in subtle suggestions to the children's minds, and you think children are not wise. They're very wise, and they can pick up the subtle suggestion, and then when you see your child acting other than what you've normally seen them act, you say, who done got into him or her? Well, it was the television. They slipped something in their wicked way. So we have to be careful. So the scripture says, behold, I will send you Elijah.
Yes.
Why does Elijah have to come first before Jesus? Because Elijah has a job. In Malachi, the 4th chapter, the 4th through the 6th verse, behold, before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, I will send you Elijah. What is Elijah going to do? He's going to turn our hearts back to our Father, who is God. And turn the heart of God back to us before he smites the earth with a curse. Look at it. God is a just God. If he was to do judgment right now, which we are absolutely in judgment, there will be no soul left alive on the earth.
That's right.
So the process of atonement will make us safe.
Yes.
So Brother Herman is going to deliver a lecture called Solutions. I know in the solutions it's going to be atonement, because he has a paper up here. So, that is I'm thankful for being able to go to the Million Man March and hear what the minister gave us. Because without that, there's no hope.
That's right.
Go ahead.
We continue doing what we're doing until we die. But then we never get to know God. We never get to know the righteousness of God.
Yeah.
Or none of that. So he pointed out to us atonement. Some of us made babies and walked away. How can you do that to a woman you said you loved,
Come on.
and as soon as she said, I'm pregnant, you gone?
Go ahead.
You need to atone.
Right.
And you not only need to atone with God, because God put the attraction in you and her for each other, but you need to atone with her, and then you need to atone with the child.
That's right.
Because most of our families today lack men. And so if the man represents the discipline in the family, mama represents extreme love, kindness, and mercy. Her heart is the heart after God. If it wasn't the heart after God, then mom would be just like you, don't care.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So brothers and sisters, thank you all for coming out. Prepare yourselves to hear our student minister, Brother Herman Muhammad, a wonderful brother. I've known him for over 30 years, him and his lovely wife. And, I've grown really to love brother.
Yes, sir.
Because his word, he's trying to make his word.
Come on now.
mine.
Yes, sir. Come on now.
See, and all we got is our word right now.
That's right.
Until we, God give us some money. But, right now we got our word. So let's hear from our brother, student minister, Brother Herman Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
It's a little tight up in here.
Yes.
Can we keep it going for Brother Gerald Muhammad, please? All praise is due to Allah. Let us first start by saying, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. As students of religion, as citizens of this wonderful planet that we call Earth, we thank Allah for all of his servants, all of his prophets, all of his great ones, and all of the messages that they brought. So we thank Allah for Abraham and Moses and Aaron and the Israelite prophets and the divine revelation of the Torah, or the Old Testament. We thank Allah for Jesus and his apostles and the divine revelation of the Injil, or the Gospel, the New Testament. We thank Allah for Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah of 1400 years ago, and the divine revelation of the Holy Quran. May the peace and blessings of God be upon each and every one of these worthy servants of his. As students of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we can never thank Allah for his divine intervention in our affairs. And when I say our affairs, I'm talking about black and brown people here in the hills of North America and really throughout the entire world. For he came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, whom we say is the great Mahdi, or God in person. And upon his arrival, he raised one from amongst us, a Georgia-born black man who only went to the 3rd or the 4th grade of school, but has become the most powerful human being to ever walk the planet besides God himself. And that is the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. If I lived to be 1,000, I could never personally thank Allah enough for leaving one in our midst as an example, a noble example.
Yes, sir.
A beautiful black man, a beautiful, refined, comprehensive human being, which I hope we're all striving to become.
Yes, sir.
And that one I'm speaking of, I'm going to do my best to represent to you today. He is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And it is in their names that we greet you in our nation's greetings of peace. We say, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Which simply means peace be unto you. And really that greeting is a civilized greeting that we all should greet one another with. It's also actually a prayer. Because when we say peace be unto you, we're not just wishing our peace be unto you. We're wishing for God's peace to be unto you.
That's right.
And in a time like this where, you know, there's wars and rumors of wars, we all need some peace. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So, first off, I want to thank you all for coming, spending your precious time with your Muslim brothers and sisters. You could be at home in your Broncos gear, waiting for the Broncos
To lose again?
Yeah. Go ahead.
They might win. Who knows?
They might.
They might, and they might lose.
So we really do appreciate your time, and we definitely will not waste it. We're not here, first of all, to make mockery nor to entertain, but we're here really to give you something that you can use, something that will enlighten, edify, inspire you, educate you, give you something that will actually make you better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's what we should come to spiritual places for. You know, we shouldn't come for a show. That ain't what it's about. It's about improving the human being, right?
Yes, sir.
So before we get into it, I just want to give you some info about where you can go if you have any questions about the Nation of Islam. First of all, anything national or international, go to www.noi.org to get the latest and the greatest, the baddest and the boldest, the blackest newspaper on earth, independent news. Go to www.finalcalldigital.com. And for anything local, go to noidenver.org. That's our local website. Now, Brother Gerald, alluded to the subject, and thank you, Brother Gerald, for that wonderful opening. Our subject today, we want to simplify it. It's entitled Solutions. And we have a picture of the great Master Hon Muhammad, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, along with the word solutions, because what they brought, what they exude, what they exhibit, is the solution to every single problem that we face.
That's right. That's right.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Now, the problems that the so-called American Negro in America have are so numerous that it would take the whole hour for me to list them all.
Yeah, go ahead.
They really can be broken down to about 32 though, but we have a lot of problems.
Yes, sir.
And the reason we have a lot of problems is because we were robbed of the knowledge of our own self.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
That's the biggest problem that we have.
Go ahead.
Every problem that we have on a day-to-day basis, really, if we think about it, can be traced back to what happened to us when we were brought here to this country, when our ancestors were brought here. Don't let these people tell you that that was the past and it don't matter.
Go ahead.
Don't let them pull that small time stuff over on you, because it absolutely matters. If you go through trauma, right? If you go through a traumatic experience, yet you never get any counseling, you never see anyone, you never go and talk to anyone for healing purposes, what do you think happens to that trauma?
Go ahead.
It don't go nowhere.
That's right.
And the reality is, we were brought here in chains. We were robbed of everything: name, culture, religion, our God, our folkways, our mores, everything that we ever knew. And we were beaten, raped, males and female.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hung in trees, drowned in the lakes and rivers, burned, drawn and quartered.
That's right.
Yet no one ever came to offer us a healing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So all of these things that happened to our ancestors, there's a certain thing called a cellular memory.
Yeah, yeah.
If the man dies a slave, never being healed mentally or physically or in any sort of way, then that memory is transferred down through his seed.
Go ahead.
That's right.
To where now, even in 2023, we, you know, so we 400 and something years up from slavery, we still act like slaves.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yeah.
That's right.
Come on.
Trauma was never addressed.
That's right.
That's right.
So we come to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the coming of Master Hon Muhammad, because when Master Hon Muhammad comes, he brings solutions.
Solution. Go ahead.
That's right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
He brings
Sir.
solutions that have never been offered. In fact, our enemies were so wicked, they never even acknowledged that there was a problem.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whoa.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that something?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That's a cold trick, man. To never even, and even to this very day, you ask white people about slavery, they be like, what do you mean? I didn't enslave anybody. But they never think about the fact that they live off of the benefits
Yes.
Yes,
of
sir.
Yeah,
slavery.
yeah, that's right.
That's
They
right.
never think about the fact that the entire world, the entire economy that is the United States of America, the #1 economy in the world, is built off of
Slavery.
slavery.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
But oh my God, no. My answer, I didn't do anything. Why do I? Well, how would we pay you all back? That's my white man voice.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Well, God said that He would pay us back.
Yeah.
All right.
that's right.
So in the 15th chapter of Genesis, the 13th through the 15th verse, He said that, know for a surety, Abraham, He was talking to His prophet, to His man, that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. But after that, I'm coming,
There you go.
and I'm going to judge that nation,
Yeah, that's right.
and you're going to come out with great substance.
Great, great substance.
So God already said that He was going to pay us back. He's telling us that He's going to give us a solution.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Y'all all right?
yes, sir.
So the Most Hon Elijah Muhammad tells us that the #1 problem is that we didn't have a proper knowledge of self, because like I said, we have been robbed. So here we are thinking we somebody who we really not.
True.
Most of us white, black people.
Yeah.
Or black, white
ahead,
people.
go ahead.
Whichever one. Pick one, neither one will make no good.
Go ahead.
Come on, brother.
We don't even know our real name. Right?
All right.
The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that you can't even consider yourself free if you're walking around with the slave master's name.
True.
You can never be free.
That's right.
A name denotes
right.
ownership.
That's right.
That's right.
So if you're walking around and you Mr. Johnson or Mr. Riley or Mr. Walker or Mr. Jenkins or Mr. O'Reilly or Mr. O'Houlihan or Mr. Hattie Mae, Jesse Mae, hamburger with lettuce and tomato on the side, whatever your name is that white folks gave you, you are a slave
That's right.
until you give up their name. Now, we're talking about solutions, right? So, let's parse some words so we know what a solution actually is. A solution is an action or a process of solving a problem. B, an answer to a problem. Explanation. Specifically, a set of values of the variables that satisfies an equation. Now there's other definitions to solutions as well, in terms of the act or the process by which a solid, liquid, or gaseous substance is homogeneously mixed with a liquid or sometimes as a gas or solid. But we're not on that. We're on this first one. The action or process of solving a problem or the answer to a problem.
Yeah.
Specifically, a set of values or of the variables that satisfies an equation. So there's means by which we come to the solution. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Master Fard Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan offer a solution to every single problem that we face.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
The world is blowing up all around us.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
It's like THX.
Blow it up.
That's right.
You know, been in the movies lately?
Right.
It's blowing up all around us. But look, man, we don't need to worry about that.
Come on now.
That's right.
Yeah, blow it
That's
up.
right. Go ahead.
You worry about solving your own problem.
Come on now.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan are offering us today. They told us that because we didn't know who we were, The first thing that we learned when we came into the Nation of Islam, when we entered the class, was who we were.
That's right.
That's right.
He asked the question, who is the original man? And the answer was and is, the original man is the Asiatic black man. The maker, the owner, the cream of the crop, God of the universe. Now he's telling us, first off, as soon as from the gate, when we walk through the door, who we are. You're not quite that yet, though. Right?
That's right.
But he gonna give you an assignment from day one.
Yes, sir.
And that is to become your original self. We're not slaves.
No, sir.
We're not slaves. We're the descendants of people who were held in captivity, but our nature is not slaves.
Come on now.
That's right.
Our nature is not to be niggas and Negroes and coons and colored folks and every other derogatory name that the Caucasian gave us. Our nature is to be God himself.
Think on it.
That's
Think on
right.
it.
Y'all hearing me?
Go ahead.
Like, this is what he created us to be. He said he created a man after his own image and after his own likeness.
That's right.
God.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
But we've been interfered with to the point to where now all the God that's in us is covered over.
Yeah.
It's covered over. It's buried in something else. It's buried in the sin, in another man's sin.
That's right.
That's right. Go ahead.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this, and this is so powerful. In Message to the Black Man, and this is a book that you all should get, in the preface, he says, as we near the exhaustion of the wisdom of this world, which has not been able to shed enough light on our path in search for that supreme wisdom to keep us from stumbling and falling, we now seek the wisdom of Allah, the best knower and guide in the person of Master Farrakhan Muhammad, to whom be praised forever. The reader will find that light in this book.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a powerful demonstration, right? That's a powerful way to start a book.
Yeah.
Because he's letting you know that, look, man, I have the solution. And I remember the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan saying that he was going to stand in place of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at a conference where a bunch of black leaders were meeting. And they were going to talk about the problems and solutions that black people in America were facing at that time. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad got upset and smacked the table. And he's like, man, these people keep meeting, talking about finding the solution when I got the solution.
Come on now. That's right.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I already got it. What are they looking for? But the problem is, I'm going to go back to the definition.
That's right.
This one down here, a set of values of the variables that satisfies an equation. The problem is, when faced with a real solution, is do you want to deal with the variables that will satisfy that particular
That's right.
equation?
Come on now. Make sense. Make sense.
Go ahead.
Because a lot of time the solution is right there. It's plain. It's simple. Man, all you got to do is do this. But what this is interferes with your own personal desires.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So you're not willing to do what it takes to satisfy and come to that solution.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's right.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
So we have all sorts of problems. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We got broken homes,
Yes.
broken marriages.
Yes.
We got alcohol and drug and gambling, addiction. We got all manner of health problems, heart disease, high blood pressure. We got all sorts of problems. Cancer. But there's a solution to all of it.
Yeah, there is a solution.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, the nation offers a solution to all of these problems. If you got a broken home, broken marriage, why is it broken? What did you do to break it?
Yeah.
That's a good question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Were you doing some running around, brothers? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That broke that marriage? Were you gambling your money away? Betting on the Broncos?
Good place to go.
Go ahead.
Get broke for sure.
Get broke for sure.
Get broke. What did we do to cause that problem, right? Because now we got to do something like Brother Gerald was saying in the opening. We got to go through a process called atonement, and the first step is admitting or pointing out the wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
But a lot of times, when someone points out our wrong, the first thing that happens is we get a defensive thing that jumps off.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
That's natural
right.
inclination.
Yes,
When
sir.
somebody tell you did wrong, when you don't feel like you did wrong. And here's the thing about not feeling like you did something wrong when you did. See, like I was saying, we are righteous by nature. We created, and we are our nature is the nature of God.
That's right.
So even when, I'm gonna say, if and when we do wrong, in our minds, we have to justify it and make it right
Yeah.
before we can do
Yeah.
wrong.
That's right.
Come on.
Does that make sense?
Go ahead.
Yes,
Go
sir.
So even with the gambling piece, man, it was odds with 20 to 1, man. I was gonna make 200 on $20 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we justify it. We made it right because the good that we were gonna get out of it outweighs the wrong in our mind.
Right.
But the effect was still wrong.
That's
So when
right.
somebody points it out, in our mind it's still right, even though it's clearly wrong. We get defensive,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yes,
right.
right. Yes, sir.
So that's a problem. But the solution is to humble yourself and submit to a law that's greater than you.
Right. Right.
So in the Nation of Islam, we're given what we call the restrictive laws of Islam. So in the restrictive law of Islam, it solves that gambling problem because you can't gamble.
That's right.
That's right.
Period. You come into the Nation of Islam, ain't no gambling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no gambling. Sorry, we find out you gambling, then we gonna put you up out of here. If you got an alcohol problem or a drug problem, it's the same thing. There's no smoking, there's no drinking, there's none of that in the Nation of Islam. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us the solution.
That's right.
If you drinking, just stop.
That's right.
If you smoking, just stop. Oh, brother, but I'm addicted. Right?
Yes, sir.
I'm addicted, man. I gotta go through a 12-step program. Maybe that 12-step program will help you, right? Maybe. However, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us this, that there's nothing more powerful than a mind made up.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Nothing on this earth more powerful than a mind made up.
That's right.
So you can't tell me that a little stick of tobacco wrapped up in a little white piece of paper can master a man or a woman who's made in the image and likeness of God. Don't even make sense. Does it?
Go ahead. No, sir.
So if you follow that restrictive law that we are given, that is the solution.
Yes.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
If you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, various health problems, how do we solve that problem? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it like this. There's another book. I'm advertising the Messenger book. In this book, How to Eat to Live.
Yes, sir.
On page 19, I'm gonna just read this. Then I'm gonna back it up. If it be the will of Allah. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this chapter on page number 19, interestingly enough, y'all learn about 19 a little bit later on as well. Fasting is a greater cure of our ills, both mental and physical, than all of the drugs of the earth combined into one bottle or a billion bottles. Allah God, in the person of Master Farrakhan Muhammad, has taught me that fasting with the right kind of food is the cure for our ills. He has said to me that there is no cure in drugs and medicine. I'm going to say that again.
That's right. Go ahead.
He has said to me that there is no cure in drugs and medicine. And this the world is now learning. We can take medicine all of our lives until it kills us. Yet we are still ailing with the same old diseases.
Come on.
And then he also said that the doctors don't outlive their patients.
That's right.
That's
Go
right.
ahead. Go ahead.
Because most doctors, they'll tell you this is my medical practice. Now if you practice something, it really means that you don't know what you're doing.
That's right.
You're trying to learn it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Practice on it.
Wow.
So they fill you up with pills, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Sir.
Oh, man.
All day. You go to the doctor, that's the first thing they're going to offer.
Give you a
They're not even going to ask you what you've been eating.
Yeah.
They're not even going to ask.
That's
They
right.
just going to prescribe, write you a prescription and send you on your merry way. Then the pill that they give you, depending on what pill it is, it's going to have multiple side effects.
That's right.
That's right.
Then when you call and you complain about the multiple side effects that the pill that they gave you has, they're going to prescribe another pill for the side effects. And then that's going to have side effects.
That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Go ahead.
Yes,
So you're
sir.
going to be on a never-ending cycle, a merry-go-round of pills until, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, it eventually just kills you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir.
When the solution to most all of these problems is fast.
Yes.
Eat one meal a day. Man,
That's
I
right.
never eat no one meal a day. Oh my God, I would starve.
No, sir.
Right? But that's what the enemy has taught us. He's taught us eat 3 meals a day, and you know what I'm saying, snacking all in between. Sometimes they have you eating 6 or 7 small
Yeah.
meals.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
just gluttonous, right? And as a result, America's the most obese country on the planet.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Because we just eating all the time,
Yes, sir.
right? So when all you gotta do is fast. Eat 1 meal a day and eat the proper foods. Drink water.
Yeah.
That's right.
Water is water is life.
That's right.
Our bodies are made of 75% water.
Go ahead.
Just like the earth. The earth is comprised of 75% water. Why wouldn't you take in that which gives you life? Stop drinking Kool-Aid and Red Bull and 40 ounces of Hennessy.
Yeah. Go ahead. Brother.
That's
Go
death.
ahead. Go ahead.
All of it.
Go ahead.
Oh, praise.
Yeah.
All praises due to Allah. But the enemy is now bearing witness to what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught in terms of 1 meal a day, because we think it's impossible, but it's not impossible. As a matter of fact, it's very, very possible. It's the optimal way to live.
That's right.
So the enemy now, they call it intermittent fasting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or they even have one that's called the OMAD diet, the OMAD, 1 meal a day. I catch
Go
that?
ahead, go ahead.
Straight up rip the messenger, right?
That's right.
Stole.
Right.
But they're talking about the benefits of fasting now. So 12 benefits of fasting. Just to back up what we're saying, what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, because remember what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He said that fasting will cure most all of the ills that we have. It's great for your liver in terms of fasting. It's great for your liver because the liver is the organ that cleans toxins out of your blood.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? And so when you fast, it basically is giving your liver rest. Remember, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, eat 1 meal a day and no meals in between. He said that one meal takes a full 24 hours to digest.
Right.
That the food has nutrients and vitamins and minerals in it that your body uses, and then of course it excretes the waste, but it takes a full 24 hours in order to do that.
That's right.
Okay. Mood improvement.
Yeah.
That's big.
That's big.
Now, the reason why fasting benefits your mood is because the food supply in America has been corrupted.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead. Go ahead.
So even though you might be eating some, you might think you're eating some just beef and chicken, you're not eating no swine or anything like that. The chicken that you're eating has been filled up with antibiotics and hormones, right? In order to grow that chicken faster, because y'all know chicken is everywhere. Have y'all ever noticed that? Have you ever went to a restaurant where they didn't offer like 90 different chicken plates?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're like, where the hell is all these chickens coming from? Like, everybody got chicken, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But everybody has chicken because of the way that they grow chickens.
Right.
Not the way that chickens are naturally born, but the way that they grow and manufacture chickens.
Yes. Yes.
It's through hormones and antibiotics.
Right.
Now, if they're feeding a chicken hormones and antibiotics, and then you're eating the chicken, what do you think that you're getting?
Hormones and antibiotics.
Hormones and antibiotics.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So when you eat it, depending on the hormones that they give chickens, it's just like being a pregnant woman. A pregnant woman, her moods change based upon fluctuation of hormones. Ours are the same way if we're consuming a lot of meat that has hormones and antibiotics in it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You are what you eat, is that right?
Yes,
so
sir.
by fasting, cleaning out that system, giving your body a chance, because your body it'll naturally clean itself. Just like a running river,
Yeah.
right?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
But you gotta give it time in order to do that, so it'll actually improve your mood. Blood pressure, fasting, of course, again, same reason, stabilizes one's blood pressure. A lot of our blood pressure is caused by the foods and that we eat. I'm gonna go quickly. Heart health. It forces, again, your body to slow down and rest.
Yeah.
Stop working so hard to digest all of the food that we keep putting in it. That goes right back down to colon health,
Hold it down.
stomach health, decline of heartburn. Because decline of heartburn, too much stomach acid is pushed up through or to the throat because, again, you're trying to digest all that food. But if you fast, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna have all that. Less cholesterol, same thing. Removal of toxins, same concept as with the liver. Pain relief, same thing. A lot of what we eat causes different aches and pains in the body.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you ever known someone, or if you ever had it yourself, gout. When you have gout, that's a very painful condition, right?
Yes.
And you go to the doctor and they say you've been eating too many rich foods or whatever, too many saucy foods. That's what they'll tell you to stop. But they won't tell you to fast. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes,
They won't
sir.
tell you. You gotta make when they say stop, you should take it as, man, I need to stop eating for a day or two. Good for the kidneys. Same concept as the liver again. Clean kidneys clean out the toxins in your blood as well. And then energy benefits is, again, everything is about removal of toxins at the end of the day. Because you're going to benefit in terms of having better energy when you're not such a toxic mess. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
You ever ate something
Yes,
that
sir.
you know you shouldn't have ate?
Yeah.
You just feel like, man, I shouldn't have ate that.
Yes, sir.
Go to Murder King or McDevil's or whatever. And go, feel like crap.
Oh, man.
Praise be to Allah. So those are the benefits of fasting. But again, the solution is eating one meal a day.
That's right.
Fasting 3 days out of the month, right?
Yes, sir.
Where you don't eat anything. And make sure you drink your water, like I said, and stay away from a lot of sugary drinks.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
The enemy would have you to believe that you should drink orange juice and this juice and that juice and the other juice and smoothies, when the reality is that's really just a bottle of sugar you drink.
Come on.
Yeah.
Sir.
Because it's not a natural orange
Right.
that they coming from. They're coming from a GMO orange, right? Genetically modified organism, which has been specifically designed or grafted to be sweeter and juicier
Yeah.
and oranger.
Yeah.
Oranges aren't really that bright orange. A real orange is kind of dull.
Yep.
And a real orange is not that sweet. There's a little bitter to it.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with anything you go into the anytime you go into the grocery store and everything looks shiny and colorful and popping out.
No good.
It ain't no good.
Yeah.
But that's all the more reason to fast, because there's nothing in America that you can eat that's safe.
That's right.
That's just a fact, right? Even if you have your own garden, the seeds are controlled by the enemy.
Yeah, that's right.
So everything is poison. Everything is garbage. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, eat the best of garbage, but you can only eat it once a day.
Yes.
And that will ensure that you have a longer life and
That's right.
quality of life.
Yes,
All right? All praises due to Allah.
Yes, sir.
So again, facing that, do we want to do what it takes to have access to that solution, right? That's the question.
Okay.
And hopefully, if it be the will of Allah, we do. So, yeah, we went over that. Okay, so the other thing that we gotta have, right? The other thing that we have to have in order for us to benefit from everything that God came to give us is we have to have discipline.
Yeah.
If we want a solution to all of the problems that we have to have discipline. Discipline, I'm gonna give you a definition for this word as well. Discipline is control gained by enforcing obedience or order, orderly or prescribed conduct or a pattern of behavior. Self-control, punishment, training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental faculties of moral character.
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I'm making that assertion that the Nation of Islam, under the leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, offers us a solution to every problem that we face.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm standing on that.
Yes, sir.
One of the main things that we first get when we come into the Nation of Islam is discipline. Now, many of us have a problem with discipline because, man, I don't want nobody telling me what to do.
That's what they say.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm a grown ass man, dog.
Yes, sir.
Telling me what to do, man. You a man just like I'm a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's our attitude.
That's the
Yes, sir.
attitude.
Yes, sir.
But the reality is, if we're learning, especially when we come into the nation, that God came for us. And He came to give us an entirely new way of life.
Yes, sir.
Because He didn't come to give us a religion, right? We say our religion is Islam, but Islam is not just our religion. Islam is our way of life. He came and He's saying, I've come to be your God and you to be my people. But God requires obedience.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You can't even be a Muslim if you disobedient, because a Muslim is one who submits. So God comes and He says, man, I'm going to give y'all, the first thing I'm going to do is I got to discipline you.
Yeah.
So He put us, I'm wearing my uniform, I got my suit and my bow tie on. He took us out of our street clothes and stuff that we would normally wear, and He made us look different.
Yeah. That's right.
Suit, bow tie, clean shaven. You know what I'm saying? He's taking us out of an old reality, bringing us into a new reality to where people know who we are everywhere they see us. They know exactly
That's right.
who we are.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
There ain't no question. Even if you're not in your suit and bow tie, they be like,
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
They know.
they know.
That's
Everywhere we go, the people want to know. And they know. Right?
Yes, sir.
Because He's given us discipline. So He gives us a code of conduct, a pattern of behavior. But most importantly, this part right here, self-control. See, that should be the goal of every human being, is that we have a measure of self-control.
Yes, sir.
Self-discipline.
Yes, sir.
Because when we first come in, we got a lieutenant or a captain who's giving us instructions, but eventually, man, you're gonna walk all by yourself.
That's right.
Yes, sir. That's right.
You're gonna do what you're
Right.
supposed to do just because you got self-control.
Yes, sir.
So we have to have discipline. That's what God requires, right?
Yes.
So, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan pointed out this particular scripture with regards to discipline. And it's in the Holy Quran. And it reads, "All you who believe, be helpers in the cause of Allah, as Jesus, son of Mary, said to the disciples, who are my helpers in the cause of Allah?" The disciples said, "We are helpers in the cause of Allah." So a party of the children of Israel believed and another party disbelieved. Then we aided those who believed against their enemy, and they became predominant. Now let's parse that.
Come on now.
First that says, "Oh, you who believe."
Yeah, go ahead.
That's first and foremost. "Oh, you who believe, be helpers in the cause of Allah, as Jesus, son of Mary, said to the disciples, who are my helpers in the cause of Allah." The disciples said, "We are helpers in the cause of Allah." So it's important that we're talking about Jesus, right? Because Jesus, in this case, is not somebody who lived 2,000 years ago.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
go ahead.
That's right.
I just gotta say it straight because I don't have a whole lot of time.
That's right.
Jesus is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Come on now.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's right.
Come on now.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Come on.
That's who he is.
That's who he is.
Speaking to the multitudes.
All that he's doing that work. We can go into Jesus scripturally, the work that he did, and if you look at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, it lines up perfectly.
Yes,
Sure
sir.
does.
Perfectly. But he said to the disciples, see, the disciples are those who have come under the discipline of Jesus and Allah.
Yeah.
Those who have chosen to discipline themselves. They said, "Who are my helpers in the cause of Allah?" They said, "We are." So a party of the children of Israel believed and another party disbelieved. Then we aided those who believed against their enemy, and they became predominant. Now, we are those disciples. We are the true children of Israel.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
I know what's going on over there.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I know what's going on over there. But when I say we are the real children of Israel, you gotta know, man, that Israel, that place that they fighting over right now, that's Palestine.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
They named it Israel, but it's only Israel in name since 1948.
48. That's
Yeah.
right.
Since the English and the Americans annexed that land for
That's right.
the so-called Jews.
Oh,
But Israel was in the scripture, if you look at the scriptural definition of Israel, Israel wasn't a place, Israel was a man.
That's right. Go ahead.
That's right.
Israel was a man whose name used to be Jacob.
That's
Or
right.
in Arab, his name was Yaqub.
Come on now.
And Jacob in the scripture climbed a ladder to heaven and he wrestled with an angel and
That's
he
right.
prevailed. And then after that his name was changed to Israel. Now that's a cold picture, man, to wrestle with an angel and win. First of all, because an angel is a representative of God. Are y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that angels are no different from you and I. They're human beings. The only difference is they don't have the ability to disobey God. They don't have the ability.
Go ahead.
Everything is yes, sir. So an angel wrestling with a man and the man winning, that don't make sense.
Come on.
Because he could beat God? No, the only way that man, Yaqub, could win is if God let him win.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So, Israel prevailed, right? But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us further that that simply means that the white man was given a time to rule.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say that again. Y'all missed that.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Israel or Yaqub wrestling with an angel and prevailing means scripturally that the Caucasian who Yaqub or Jacob is the father of was given a certain time to rule.
That's right.
Yeah.
And those people. Now, when you look at it like that, then we truly are the children of Israel.
That's right.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
All praises due to Allah. So, we, that's God and his angels talking, aided those who believed against their enemy and they became predominant. See, the thing is, brothers and sisters, when we accept the solutions that we have been given by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we will be predominant.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at that word predominant, it means before. Pre does. Before. Which means that the whole time we were meant to be dominant.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
The whole time we were meant to be the rulers.
Come on.
Which is why when we come into the class, we're taught as to who we are. The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Man. So, these are the solutions that we have been given. And there's so many more in terms of the problems that we face. But of course, we don't have time to go over all of them. But I will point your attention towards this edition of the Final Call newspaper and make sure that you get one. Because Brother Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad delivered an incredible message on last
That's right.
Sunday.
Yes.
And I'm sure part 2 is going to be just as powerful that he's doing today. So you definitely want to log on to noi.org and check that out. But I do want to direct your attention to page 20 of this edition of the Final Call, because the article is entitled Healing for a Sin-Sick Nation.
Come on.
And again, we're talking about solutions. We're talking about solutions. If we gotta work on ourselves, which we do, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We ain't got time to be worried about nobody else.
Come on.
We really don't. If we're gonna work on ourselves, we got to know that, man, we need to atone with one another.
That's right. That's right.
In this hour, especially as things get heated,
Yeah.
because they're getting very heated.
Yes, sir.
We need to atone with one another. And so the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said this, and then I'm going to end this. He said, the Holy Day of Atonement is not a 24-hour day, but it ushers in a period of grace and mercy that allows those of us who have sinned and fallen short of the glory of Allah God to acknowledge our shortcomings, confess them, repent of them, atone for them, accept forgiveness, and then the process of reconciling ourselves to Allah God and to those whom we have offended allows us to become whole and wholesome, and it gives us a chance to make a new start.
Yeah. Yeah.
All praises due to Allah. That is, see, family, We have to atone with one another. God is, believe it or not, He's removing the enemy's world.
That's right.
He's removing the enemy's world.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're seeing going on all around us. I mean, have y'all just looked around and just noticed how much chaos and confusion
Yes, sir.
is everywhere?
Everywhere.
You got the Congress. They are Republicans, but they can't choose the speaker.
Not at all.
It's all Republicans.
Good.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And they can't choose a speaker because someone with Trump, the other was not with Trump. And remember what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said about the election of President Trump. And I quote, if Trump gets elected, he will take America to hell in a rocket ship.
That's right.
Full tank of gas.
And sure enough, that is exactly what happened.
Yes, man.
It's not all his fault now. It's not all Trump's fault. But he's the catalyst.
Yeah.
Right.
And now he's a man who has, we talked about this before, he's facing 91 felony counts. 91 felony counts.
Yes, sir. Lord.
One thing I know about the devil and his so-called criminal justice system, if you got 91 counts that you facing,
It's a wrap.
they gonna catch you on at least one.
Yeah.
At least one.
He's in trouble. But that points to something bigger, because that means the country's in trouble. Because he has the majority of the Republican Party with
That's
him.
right.
Y'all gotta think about that.
Yes, sir.
When they talk about revolution in the streets, it ain't gonna be black people who's doing it. It's gonna be white folks.
Yeah.
And the scripture says, how's it going? Satan
Cast out.
cast out Satan, how then can his kingdom stand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Satan casts out Satan, it's over.
That's right. Okay.
And that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're looking at. So we gotta get our house together. Allah is sheltering us.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But he's sheltering us only on the condition that we exercise our discipline.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
So we shouldn't be caught saying anything about what's going on.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Hold your tongue and wait for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
He is the Messiah.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
He's been guiding us this long. He the one who told us that the war of Armageddon has begun.
Come on.
Last Savior's Day. We didn't know. He told us straight up, man, the war of Armageddon has begun.
That's right.
And we like, whoa. And sure enough, sure enough.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, the process of atonement will help us find the solutions
That's right.
to the problems that exist in our family lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Have we offended our wives? Have we offended our children? Have we offended our husbands? Right? But remember what we said, and what Brother Gerald had pointed out initially, is that to point out the wrong is the most difficult part.
Yeah.
When somebody comes to you and tells you what you did wrong, receive it. Right?
That's right, sir.
Even if it upsets you, receive it. Take it, and if it upsets you, walk away for a little bit and think about it.
Okay.
But don't just respond defensively, because if we never accept the fact or acknowledge the fact that we did wrong, because that's the second step,
Yeah.
acknowledging,
Knowledge.
then you'll never have atonement.
That's right.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Right there. You'll never have atonement. But if you accept it and you acknowledge it, now we can keep going. All the way through the 8 steps.
Yeah.
But with that, brothers and sisters, I see my brother back there timing me. I'm gonna put a pin in it, and I'm gonna leave you all. And thank you again for coming. In the greeting words of peace, Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for watching, you guys. We both love and appreciate you for doing so, but we need for you to take some action and do us 1 or 2 or maybe 3 more favors. And that is, go ahead and smash that like button, share it if you really dig the video, and also subscribe. That way you'll get a bell ding, a notification every time we post something, and it also helps us with regards to the algorithm that your people like to run. So go ahead and do that, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. Peace, everybody. It's your brother Herman Supreme Style Muhammad. Just wanted to drop in and let you know what we have going on. In addition to our community work that we've been doing for years, and in addition to being the sole proprietor of Supreme Style Barbershop, where we've been serving the community for close to 25 years, now we've partnered up with an insurance company called Ethos in an effort to help our people with life insurance. That's something that we all need. I know it's something that we don't want to think about, but it is something that we all need if we want to leave anything to our loved ones when we leave this space. So do me a favor, click on the link or go to our website astar2.com and click on the Ethos page. We'll see you on the other side.